Everyone, first of all, apologise if this is just such terrible video quality. I haven't really got the lighting sorted in my living room. It's nice for, you know, the ambiance of sitting in a room at night, but not for videos, that's for sure. Anyways, it has been a heck of a long time since I did anything on a blog that I started, I think about 3 years ago now, and it was basically themed around my divorce and kind of getting through that pain, and it was really therapeutic, to be honest, writing about that. And I think it helps people. Do know some people that were going through same situations, so now I was really appreciative of people's support with that, and the love and support I received. It was great. I'm a journalist, so I do like to share stories, and I also feel like I'm someone that's kind of been through it all in terms of relationship stuff, and not quite 30 yet, so I don't know what that means, but I dated, well, not really dated, but when I was at uni, I kind of like had liaisons with people, and then before that I had my like sort of first great love. Then I went to university and had a great time, met some people, and then I met my ex-husband, and then we got engaged, we got married, and then I don't need to go into details, but it ended in a bit of disaster, and then for a couple of years I just didn't want to date anyone. I couldn't even think about it, to be honest, and it had a couple of years of, I guess, healing, and trying to get over the situation, which I was just very broken from, and then sort of, I'm losing track of the years, to be honest, but sort of last, I think about a year and a half ago, something just clicked, and I kind of just over the situation, and it was such a relief, to be quite honest with you. I kind of like started liking other people, but totally nothing serious at all. Kind of for a bit over a year, kind of like started dating people. I don't really like the word, to be honest. I think it's very American. But yeah, just trying to get to know people and see where it goes. It's been a bit of a disaster, to be honest. But, yeah, so I kind of like, kind of went out with people before I met my ex-husband, got engaged, fell in love, got engaged, got married, got divorced, and now I'm like trying to work out how to do this whole dating thing, to be honest. I think seriously, to be honest, for the first time. And I tell you what, flipping heck, it is hard. And I've obviously, a lot of people know that I'm a Christian, so that is a big deal to me, and it does affect the way I date, the way I see relationships. It does, and I've felt kind of has been brewing for, I would say, like for about 4 or 5 months, that podcasts are the new trendy thing, and I just kind of want to kind of see if I could do something like that. But the problem is, as you can probably tell, like this video, I'm not the most technical of people. So I'm really like trying to, I'm hoping that people might see this video and that they might want to help me with that. So to be honest, I don't really want to video myself. I'm much more comfortable just speaking, probably as most people know who know me gather. But yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, I've really had on my heart doing a podcast. And you know why? Because it's kind of about what I've just spoken about. Not that I'm saying like I have authority over the subject, but I kind of feel like I do have a bit of clout because I've been through so many experiences with it. And I kind of just I don't like feel that, I'm just gonna take this, to be honest, I don't feel that when there is some, don't get me wrong, there's some places kind of within Christianity that are trying to sort of talk about this stuff that everybody has to deal with in day-to-day life, but they're not, it tends to be Americans, and like our culture is different to theirs. And although I'm listening to some helpful stuff about dating from Americans, but I kind of was like, where's all the British people? So, well, as I say, the British people that maybe are like looking at this as it in with their faith as well. So I'm really maybe quite excited, something that I felt quite excited about, but to be honest, I've been fearful and I've been putting it off, and I shared it with so many, like a few friends, and they're like, what are you gonna do about this? So I had like, it was like a few months ago, I had epiphany in the middle of the night. I started writing out all these ideas. So I have all these ideas. I just want to like try and find someone. So the point of doing this video is hoping that someone might say, right, this is what you got to do, or help me some technical aspect, or to be honest, more of the point, it's to help me, and by putting a video up, it's to help me say, right, I want to do this, and kind of is about New Year's resolution, and maybe get the ball rolling with trying to find people to help me anyways. So kind of want to cover I hope the stuff that really actually helps most people who are in this like dating relationships thing, but are interested in speaking about and hearing about people's different opinions about it. But I will probably be, I'm sure it'll be helpful to everyone, I hope so, but I really kind of want to focus on what it's like to be a Christian girl dating in Britain, not in America. So I'm hoping there'll be some helpful topics that I've already written down that are on my heart. To be honest, last night was an example where I felt like I have to do something. So last night I went out in Edinburgh with some friends, and I've got this, like, I used to have this rule and I've decided to like bring it out again, just for me, gives me a bit of help, which is I'm only allowed 3 drinks in a night. So when I do that, I get such a different perspective of what's going on around me. So it's just nice to be able to like just enjoy a couple of cocktails and that's it. And you know, we were having a nice time dancing, and just as the night was going on, you could see like different male characters, shall we say, and I was just kind of scoping the situation out. Well, to be fair, they were scoping the situation out, But I just find it very interesting, and in some ways quite pessimistic, maybe even more pessimistic about these sort of things, because there was one guy who he was just basically going around every girl he could, trying to dance with them, but then clearly trying to get something else off them. And I'm not saying there's anything the matter with going up like dancing with people or anything like that, but he clearly wasn't trying to just do that. And like, to be honest, it just reeked of desperation, and I think that was shown by other people as well, because we were there for a couple of hours and he was still going out trying to find somebody, I think, for the end of the night. And like no girl was interested. One girl was like, "Can you help me with them?" Who's had this fiasco put on her. So there was that. Then there was like a married guy who was just checking everybody out, trying to speak them, eye contact. You know what? Best thing is just try not to eye contact anyone. That's what I was doing. Because I just was not in the mood. So he just was like, you know what I mean. Trying to catch your eye, checking everybody out, looking up and down. And I noticed at one point he had a wedding ring on, and I was like, what is this guy doing? And I think most girls cottoned on to that, like me. We saw this girl was started chatting to him, and it was getting a bit intense, and I just said, like, to a friend, like, you do know that she knows that guy's married, he's got a wedding ring on. And it's like, oh my goodness. So like, give her a bit of a tap, and was like, he's married. And she was like, you were married? And he was like, oh yeah. So, and she just, it was a brilliant response. She just walked off. But he was like totally flabbergasted, and I was like, why are you flabbergasted? It should be her that's flabbergasted. And I think very embarrassed, so embarrassed that he put his coat on, I think, ready to go. And I just thought, like, it was very pessimistic and really made me think, is that what marriage is like these days, to be honest? And I would not appreciate if my husband was doing that on a night out, to be quite frank. And that there was all these other guys kind of doing similar things, to be honest, and we were having a little chat about it, and it was just like, the problem is like, the decent guys won't do that. So it's kind of annoying, to be honest, because if you're getting to a certain age like me and you're in your late 20s, you've been around the block enough to know that you can't be bothered with this sort of stuff. And I don't think it's a very good idea meeting someone in a bar anyways. It's not the best of ideas. But it just made me think, like, but there is an opportunity there to meet somebody, and I don't think, like, it feels like one extreme to the other. Like, the probably decent guys are not doing anything, and then all you've got is that, nothing, or everything from the other guys. And I don't know what the answer to that is, to be quite honest with you. But well, yeah, maybe not finding someone in a bar. But it just, I just was like, it was more just assessing what was going on there last night. And it just made me think, I really want to do this podcast about our dating and, and how difficult it is. I think particularly in the 21st century with all these apps, and I don't feel like anyone's really wants to commit or anything. But these are issues for another time. And so I've spoken for far too long, and if you've listened to me for all this time, well, thank you very much, to be quite frank. And I'll stop waffling, and I just want to just put something on this blog that I just found really useful, and I hope to bring something new, sharing, I guess, being vulnerable again, and sharing what's going on in my life. So it takes a bit of courage, but I'm hopeful that something can come of it soon. Thanks.